Welcome to another episode of the Modern Hotelier. We are coming to you from the trade show floor of the Hospitality Show. We are joined by Josh Graham, the head of market development at Cloudbeds. Josh, how are you doing? How's the show going for you?
Been a great show. It's actually my first time in San Antonio, so I got a chance to get out last night, see a few things. And I always love these shows because I've been in the business for a while, and so part of it is meeting with great new customers, but a lot of it's just seeing old friends, and that's always fun.
Absolutely. You've been in the industry for 20 years. How did you find your way to Cloudbeds?
Oh, great question. So when I was looking for a new role, I actually sat down with a mentor of mine, came up with a list of things that I was looking for in a new role, which, by the way, if anybody's ever looking for a new role, highly recommend going through that exercise, right? And so a couple of things identified were personal, but one of the things that was important to me was joining a company that was in growth mode, but specifically looking to grow through innovation, not just acquisition, right? Because I've seen the effect that has on hoteliers in the past. And so when I met Adam and the team, just incredibly impressed. And I think Cloudbeds is really in that mode, right? We're looking to redefine what it means to be a PMS, right? Moving beyond a lot of the sort of traditional functionality of a PMS. Yep. And I just got really excited about the potential of that to solve a lot of problems that I know hoteliers have.
You've seen it all, made a good choice joining Cloudbeds. What sets Cloudbeds apart?
Great, yeah. So one of the things that I felt really strongly, and Cloudbeds, we talk about, giving our partners power, flexibility, and ease of use, right? And it's not just that we do one of those things really well, it's that we're able to bring them together and do all of them. That's where the magic happens, right? And there's not a lot of companies out there, I think, that have as much magic as Cloudbeds when it comes to bringing all those things together. So look, I've seen hoteliers been forced to make the choice between features and functionality and then have to sacrifice the user experience. And when you sacrifice the user experience, that often leads to poor guest experiences. And I've also seen a lot of hoteliers say, all right, I'm going to go with a more modern solution, something that works more smoothly, and then get stymied because that solution doesn't have critical business functionality. So I think at Cloudbeds, we're all about freeing as many hoteliers as possible from making that false choice. Right. And that's really kind of where we stand apart.
So you unveiled Cloudbeds Intelligence.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so for sure. So first, I think we should acknowledge there's been a lot of AI washing over the last year or so. And as a friend of mine, is it AI or I? Because it causes a lot of pain, right? Yeah. And so, Adam committed a while back to never just building AI for the sake of AI. Look, if it doesn't drive efficiency, if it's not insightful, if it doesn't isn't actionable, we're not interested in it here at Cloudbeds, right? So what we did was build AI and machine learning into our platform in a way that supercharges a lot of the existing functionalities, right? Helps break down silos. Our point of view is that AI shouldn't just be something that benefits marketers or revenue managers, but has an impact on, regional teams, GMs, the operations, housekeeping, right? Should all be able to benefit. So when we sat down, we built Cloudbeds Intelligence using multimodal and causal AI. I'd love to do another podcast maybe sometime and talk about how those two are a little different than generative or predictive AI, but we don't have all that much time, unfortunately. So actually, if any of your listeners go to cloudbeds.com/AI, you can kind of get a deep dive into what those are and the use cases that we're applying them to. So we'd love to check that out. But Cloudbeds Intelligence really drives actions and brings those things together in a meaningful way. And I think that's going to be a huge differentiator for the industry.
So Josh, you mentioned actionable, insightful, and efficient AI.
Yeah.
How is Cloudbeds in a good position to deliver those?
Yeah, great question again. So I mentioned earlier, one of the things that sets us apart is the fact that we're not just focused on core PMS functionality, right? And so on platform, we have capabilities not just in operations and finance, but in distribution and marketing, in revenue and intelligence, and in guest experience. And so because of that, right, we have a vast volume of data in our platform. And one of the things about both causal and multimodal AI is they require huge amounts of data. So when you take all of those different data points that we have in our system that a lot of other more traditional PMSs don't have, as well as our ability to bring in meaningful data like market data, market demand data, that sort of stuff, that puts us in this position of delivering on that promise of actionable, efficient, and insightful AI.
It's great.
Great. So Cloudbeds got its start with smaller properties.
Yeah.
You guys have made the move to go after larger properties now, 100 plus rooms, let's call it.
Yeah.
Why did they make that decision, and how is it going so far?
Oh, great. Okay, cool. So it's important to note that we didn't start off just to service small hotels, right? Our goal when we started was to have an all-in-one that worked for everyone, right? And if you think about our sort of guiding principles, more reservations, happier guests, that's something that every hotelier should want, right?
Yeah.
But as we launched, we realized the most addressable market for this all-in-one were smaller properties because they don't have I like alliteration. They don't have the time, the talent pool, or the treasure to necessarily manage these large tech stacks, right? A lot of hotels have 30 plus vendors, right? So an all-in-one solution really worked for them. And so we found that, we could deliver on that. But because we had built a system that was so easy to use, right? We found that larger hotels were coming to us and wanting to use us. And as we talked with them, we realized that the key to unlocking larger hotels was doing integrations, but doing integrations right, okay? So as we sort of started expanding out that partner marketplace, and look, we've got a lot of partners in that marketplace now, that sort of unlocked a lot of these larger hotels for us. And so we've evolved. So if someone asked me today, Joshua, is Cloudbeds just an all-in-one? I would actually say we're a sort of a hybrid approach because there's a lot of legacy property management systems that sort of take the approach where they're just the hub and then a connectivity point for all these other best in breeds. And what we have is whether it's across distribution, marketing, e-commerce, business intelligence, we have solutions in there that might work for a lot of hotels, but we're also working with partners, right, that might provide complementary solutions. So we've kind of evolved into this hybrid platform, which can work equally well for both smaller properties and larger properties.
All right, so continue with that. How does Cloudbeds approach integration, and what makes that innovative the way you guys do that?
Great, yeah. So integrations, or rather bad integrations, are probably the bane of hospitality technology, right? Look, I mean, we've all been doing this for a while, right? And I'm not going to say it's the original sin of hospitality tech, but it's definitely one of the deadly sins, right? I'm reaching back into my Catholic school education here for this, but yeah, it's definitely one of the big ones. So when we started thinking about how we do this differently, because it's our perspective that partners that are integrated with us, our customers should feel like it's a seamless experience, right? So integrations is where we start, not where we end. So, it's about designing that connection masterfully so hotels don't have to worry about banging two tech companies' heads together to try to get it to work, and they can focus on going off and doing what they do best, right? But it's more than just that. As we've built out our partner ecosystem, we've really kind of expanded the categories of partnerships that we do, even partnering with companies that provide technology that we have on stack, right? And so a couple of great examples of that I think speak to a lot of hoteliers are channel managers and booking engines. So Cloudbeds, we're the only PMS that has a fully integrated channel manager, right? Over 400 different channels in that channel manager. And look, that works for a lot of hotels. But there's also hotels that really need that long tail of distribution. And so companies like SiteMinder are just critical to their business success. So we partner with SiteMinder, right? If you go back a year ago and ask anybody in the industry, Cloudbeds, SiteMinder, they'd be, oh, those are they're each other's biggest competitors. Well, they're our partners now. Yeah. Same thing for CRS. We've got a great booking engine, but we got partners like SHR, we got partners like Mirai and Amadeus, and many more coming in that space. So that hoteliers and those larger hoteliers that we're talking about that may already have a tech stack they either love working with or need to work with, then we can partner with them as well. But it doesn't just end also at partners. So our APIs, expose all of the endpoints in our system. And every Cloudbeds customer can actually access our APIs if they want to build out custom integrations. Now that would be just for their own property, right? But we've had cases where, a hotel has said, well, I want to work with this vendor, and they build a one-off integration just for that property. And then they come back and go, oh, this is something we could do for more. And they then kind of go through a more rigorous process of getting it into our vendor marketplace. And that is absolutely a differentiated approach.
That's
awesome. So 2024, we're almost to the end, a few months left. What's coming up for Cloudbeds? What are we excited about the future?
What, Cloudbeds Intelligence wasn't enough? Listen, it's an absolute game changer, right? But you're right, there's always more, and I've got an amazing product team, that I work with, and one of the ways that I've been able to find success in my career is partnering up with amazing product people, right, who just build incredible stuff, and then I get to go out and talk about it, and that's what I'm really good at. I'm not that smart, but I can talk, right? So a couple other things that are coming down the pike that I'm super excited about, and I've heard, a lot of buzz from the industry about, Cloudbeds Insights. And what we're doing with that is we're bringing enterprise-grade business intelligence to every Cloudbeds customer, right? So what does that mean? It means that, we're creating dashboard-driven business intelligence, right? That, comes with a highly visual, easy to use, comes with a broad range of pre-configured views, but then users can go in and customize and distribute reporting using clicks, not code, right? And that's the kind of, power and capability that really democratizes data, that helps destroy silos and drive commercial strategies. And as someone who spent a bit of time in the revenue management side of things recently, I'm really excited about that. The other thing that I think is going to be really cool, goes back to my operations days, is we're getting ready to launch a new housekeeping app. And look, we partner with a lot of great companies that have functionality in those space, but a lot of those are sort of real best in breed platforms and work most effectively with really large hotels. So we're looking to fill the gap there. And so our housekeeping app is going to do things like we'll have customizable checklists so everybody can be on the same page. We'll have preventative maintenance tracking so hotels can stay proactive. We'll have labor force optimization so they can, drive profitability and, while maintaining cleanliness standards, which, given all the challenges we as an industry have with staffing is incredibly important. And then, of course, they'll have request tracking so they don't lose, guest requests and stuff like that. So that's really exciting. But those are just two of the biggest things. We're going to be launching CRM in our platform, expansion of our digital marketing capabilities. We've got a new payments portal that gives hoteliers the ability to have sort of a global view of all of the different payment things that are going on. And there's a lot in the pipeline. So we're really excited.
More than Cloudbeds Intelligence, huh?
Yeah, more than Cloudbeds Intelligence. So look, if you're not already hashtag Cloudbeds curious, I think you should be. I'm Cloudbeds convinced, but hope to get everybody on board for sure.
Love that.
So that was a lot of great things coming up. So tell people how they can get in touch with you, how they can find Cloudbeds. Any more hashtags you want to throw out there?
No, I think that's it for hashtags. I've established my Gen X cred by using hashtags. I don't even think anymore hashtags are really a thing anymore. I don't know. I should do some TikTok reels maybe. If I want people to find me. No, I will not do TikTok reels. But listen, cloudbeds.com, right? You can reach out to us on that. We got lots of great sales teams on the ground. So, if you don't reach out to us, we'll reach out to you.
All right, sounds good.
That's awesome. This has been another episode of the Modern Hotelier, coming to you from the trade show floor of the Hospitality Show. Whether you're listening or watching, thank you and have a great day. You made it to the end of the Modern Hotelier. Thanks for listening. The Modern Hotelier is produced by Make More Media. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're listening on YouTube, or subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. If you know a guest or sponsor that would be a good fit, feel free to email us at hello@themodernhotelier.com. If you'd like to get some Modern Hotelier merch, click the merch button on modernhotelier.com or click the link below. Thanks and have a great day.